you want to have them. Now, you don't have bus fare. You don't think about the basic things like food. And, okay, at that time when you were starting, we were being housed. We were living like in our parents, so you don't have to worry about enjoying school and everything. So the money comes. I don't think the people who had brains to save something, because it wasn't even as much money as it is right now, because the industry was just beginning. Yeah. But I think it was just money to depress you more.
So you just feel like you have something, so you feel like a sense of empowerment, but
yes,
it's false.
You feel like you're empowered, but you're not.
Yeah.
In the real sense.
Yeah. You know, we were having. I was telling you that we were having a conversation with Boniface Dirango.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, the head of C12.
Yeah.
And he was saying that whenever he would get any money because of the addiction, there's nothing he could keep. There's no job he could have. Yeah. And also there was a deception that he's dealing with life's issues better than he actually is, because you see, you are numb. Yeah. You're not dealing with the reality that you you're not making anything from your life, and then you're this big name. Yeah. So your feelings are still inside, and then you're just, you know, still piling up on the substance more. Yeah. You know, so what would happen when you start feeling bad about the things that make you, you know, depressed?
Okay, for me, let me speak for, because first of all, what Bonnie said is so true, because when you have money now, it can't stay. Like also you also want to impress people. Unajua hizo za Wakenya unaitwa mkubwa, mheshimiwa, chief boss, you know, you're the OG, and you find yourself buying people you don't even know, people who don't even care about you. They don't. So when you retire to your place, when you're alone, like behind the four walls, when you're like probably looking at the ceiling, is when you discover, hey, what has happened. And you see now alcoholism or any other addict, any other abuse of any substance, always uses it as an escape for that. Yeah. So for me, I wouldn't stay long thinking about what did I do. I'd feel bad. I told you, we are very sensitive people. I'd feel bad. But I'd want to go back to that feeling. It's like a temporary escape, and I don't want to feel bad. I want to
feel good.
Yes, I want to feel good, you know. Yeah. With or without money. Now remember, yesterday I used the money to buy people and buy stuff that I don't even need. Yeah. Sometimes you get to the house, you bought viatumbili are right, you know. You like whatever happened. So when you start regretting, you want to go back to it.
Like your choices, like what was this?
Yeah, like what was this? Like people even didn't tell me yesterday, and people would laugh about it and you like feel good. So even alcoholics and other people make you feel good about
the nonsense that you do.
Yes, the nonsense that you're doing. Jana ulichoma, you know. Yeah. But it doesn't. Mostly doesn't end well for so many people. That's what people don't realize. So the nearer you are to realizing that this thing is not going to, it's fun and laughter until it's not. Yeah. And
in your 15 years of sobriety, what's one of the things that you look
15 years of drinking, 5 years of sobriety.
Oh, 15 years of drinking. I beg your pardon.
5 years of sobriety.
Yeah, okay, yes, vice versa. In those years of now sobriety, the 5 years now, when you look back at some of the things that you did, what are some of the things that you look back like that was nonsense? Like you analyze, you know, so you sit back and you're like, that was. It's so not one thing.
Some of the things even you just remember after somebody reminds you. Hey, unakumbuka ile siku. This is what happened. I'm like, wow, tulikuwa tunafikiria nini. But there's so many life-changing things. Yeah. Because when you're drinking alcohol, first of all, you don't get along with so many people. First of all, you also, because you're sensitive also, you can get into so many fights that are necessary. There's this other stuff, kuna times. There was this Mutudo law that came, and people would like, the bars would be locked down, so you're not supposed to be found drinking, and how you used to maneuver, and you know, I think that the Mutudo law is supposed to help people. But apparently, we thought it was very punitive. It was like, sasa wanatukazia kukunywa pesa ni yao, you know? You know that alcohol, and you know, four or five people thinking the same. So there was this running, there's a day when I jumped off a vehicle. We were, this Mariams, they call Mariams, and I was high as. There's so many instances I could, I was high as a kite, and it's even that what they're saying, why work if you can fly? Yeah. So I probably took that advert into
consideration.
Into consideration more seriously, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's so many incidents when I look back. There's another time even when I was inside the police cell, I was told you could kutoka ni 1,500, ni 1,000. So I called my bro, who like sent, I said 1,500 to him, so that I could at least have 500 when I get out, and I could go and go back and abuse alcohol. You see, now, at least ukitoka, you go back to the way you are. So the cop like took the whole of the 1,500, and I'm like, apana, ulisema 1,000, nataka 500 yangu. Then I had to be taken back inside again. And I stayed for now 2 nights. So I'm like, kaya fadhali. Sasa the guy was like in the morning, bado unataka ile 500? I'm like, hapana. Kanayo. Wow. So there's so many things. This is like there's so like I could count countless times and such decisions, you know.
Yeah. And
you see, you don't learn from that. That's the problem with alcoholism and addiction. You don't learn from anything. Because me, I was even at my low. I was even at my lowest. Even after even losing friends, I've lost so many friends. You go and bury that person. You go and carry alcohol to pour on the grave of the person, and you think that that's going to be a wake-up call. No, it's like, hey, tukunyeni pomba na ujama metuacha, and you know, misery loves company. So that's why so many alcoholics like working in groups. Like for me, I used to have like a clique, but looking back, it wasn't. I don't think I was happy.
Yeah.
Because when you go back to the walls, you're not happy. There's so many people by there I know, even addicts. When you talk to them like one on one, so many want to get out of it, but they find it so difficult.
Yeah.
So I think also the people you keep around matter. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So sobriety is good right now. 5 years.
You know, there's the perspective of time that passes, and there's an illusion, especially when you're in this industry, that you have time. Time to get your act together, time to get your life together, time to maybe have a relationship. If you want to have a family or kids or anything like that, you have time. And then by the time has elapsed, you don't know what happened, you know? So for you, how did you perceive time in that moment?
I used to think I have a lot of time.
Okay.
I used to think I have a lot of time. A lot of time. The way people would see time like normal people, I'd say normal people, and I would say like, no, this is... Because first of all, we had time. As artists, I'm a hotelier by profession, but I couldn't keep a job because of that was where I think I also got the need of time. Because now the schedules and the timetables in the hotel industry are crazy. So like I quit it and said, I'm going to concentrate on music now. Yeah. So for music, you have a lot of time in your hands. You see, people might be going through for those 7 to 5 jobs, like probably you or any other person. But for you, you wait until evening for you to go and perform. And you know, performing is like you know, on weekends or probably public holidays. Yeah. So you have a lot of time. And that's the time that you have, you don't use it wisely because you only look forward to the next show. You see, now you don't think beyond that. Like right now I could be in Shags, probably doing some farming or something, but you're there like, hey, let me plan for the next show. But if I go somewhere and come back, let me just sit here and wait. So when you're seated down there, that's where the devil's workshop starts taking in your mind, you know, when you're idle, you're there.
Taking place,
Yeah. So for creatives, they have so much time. And I think that's very unfortunate because like us guys, when we were starting, we didn't have anyone to tell us this is how it's done. You remember that's when music was just... Yeah, because we had like
the industry was taking shape. So you're going into an industry that is, you know, has taking its form
with no manual.
Yeah,
with no manual.
Managers or anything.
Managers or anything. You're just there and going with the vibe. You see, like right now, there's so many creatives there who won't get. I mean, we have such platforms where they can learn from us. Because I also have a platform. I'll talk about it later. That focus on creatives, because creatives, I find them to be the more sensitive and more prone to alcoholism and other substance abuse. But you see, us guys, when we were there, we didn't have anyone like godfathers, like anyone to hold your hand. Even if it's your parent will like, si utafute kazi ya maana. Unajua usani, you know, right now, artists are paid well.
Yeah.
You can get gigs and everything. But at that time, we weren't so lucky to have mentors, or because it was a generational gap. The other musicians that were there walikuwa wazee kidogo, like the Mushrooms, you know, those people, and Samba Mapangala, those ones. Now this is urban that is starting right now. Before there's Genge, there's Ogopa, there's what.
Yeah.
So this narrowed down to an individual. Some came up, some came out of it very well. Some drowned into drugs and alcohol abuse, like me. Some didn't even make it. Some even died along the way. So I think the people don't talk enough about the creative industry and how it's more susceptible to alcohol and drug abuse. Yeah, and substance abuse.
Let's speak about now creativity.
Yeah.
What I understand is creativity can be very frustrating, especially when most creatives would not have an outlet for it. Right now, there are different outlets, so you can create on different platforms and express yourself. Whether you can do it through training yourself, or just get a mentor or something. But there was that frustration where you cannot articulate, so you feel that you need something, and it's proven, quote unquote, to work. You know, so how would you define that creativity, like that part of a creative's mind that keeps getting attracted to things that, quote unquote, normal people would not see attractive? Like, what are you doing? And then now the misconception.
You see, like a creative, first of all, a creative is not like your normal person. A creative does everything to go out of the norm. That's why you'll find creatives with hairstyles, with dreadlocks, with so many piercings, with tattoos. He goes out of the societal norm, and a creative is just somebody who thinks out of the ordinary. So back to the question of during our time, there used to be a lot of gatekeeping, unlike now, where you can just do your stuff and post it on YouTube or TikTok or elsewhere. At that time, you would have to go to a TV or radio station, drop your CD.
You don't miss those days.
I was thinking how old school I am. We used to work with the bag actually, but lucky for us we were 4, so we used to distribute. Sasa wewe utaenda K24, utaenda wapi, you know.
Yeah. So
it gets frustrating when you make all that effort and still you don't get airplay or airtime, or what is it called? You don't get the satisfaction that you're looking for. And as a creative, when that happens, you see now that how drugs and substance abuse now come, you know. You're like,
there's so many things pushing you to
there's
that
so many
direction.
things pushing you to that, and
you don't feel like there's a reprieve or
how
help.
How is my effort not being rewarded after going to the studio, after paying some probably even 10,000 or 5,000, do a video, and so now,
hold on to that thought, Peter. We're taking a short break. We'll be back with this conversation. Stay with us. Yeah, so it's quite interesting.
The biggest reggae and rhythm show ever on Kenyan television. You have a ganja man and you wanna forget. Tell them nothing about